article in the Chicago Tribune this week, and so
Yes.
I'm going to go a little bit different than I usually do, and I'm going to read you this article. Um, it was like a first-person story, and the title is "As Millennials Reject Family Treasures, Baby Boomers Start to Ask,
I saw that.
What do we do with all this stuff?"
What do you do with all your junk?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And
Put
so,
on eBay.
so what I'm going to do is kind of go through it kind of fast.
Okay, go.
A woman was talking about, she goes to Goodwill and she sees all this stuff and she has something that was handed down from her mother and she absolutely loves it. She and her sister actually made this gift, bought it for the mom, made it when they were in college, and now she owns this gift. And so she's saying, because I knew how much she appreciated our gift and because she had found such a creative way to make it her own, I gratefully accepted this art piece from Mom's death in 2001. Although the wall where it now hangs is hardly as prominent, I love the 80s style bathroom, not just because of the deep blue Mexican tile work, because of the warmth I feel when I go in there and I see my mom's artwork. Now, here's where kids and thrift stores come into play. No doubt, like you, I've been reading a lot about the need for baby boomers to begin downsizing so the next generation won't be left to deal with all our possessions that over the years somehow morph from treasures into junk. And this is what I've been telling people. And maybe I thought by reading another person's story that it would get through. I've been reading about how those Gen Xers and millennials are shunning our would-be hand-me-downs, telling mom and dad or grandma and grandpa they don't want the brown dining room table and hutch or those delicate sets of china or the sterling silver candle holders or all the other items we'd gladly accepted from previous generations with the intent of passing them along. Gen Xers and millennials do not want those things. Auctioneers, appraisers, junk haulers, moving companies all seem to be echoing the same thing. The market is flooded with baby boomer rejects, and they cite a number of reasons our kids are turning down the possessions we so generously offer to them. They rent rather
homeless.
than own. Yep. They live in smaller spaces. They collect more digital than physical items, and they
agree.
tend to put their money toward experiences rather than things.
Yeah, they're going places.
They
They're
are
traveling. They're doing things versus.
So this.
Well, no, they put their phone in that little headset and they sit there like that.
So this woman's wondering what's going to happen when her own walls come tumbling down. And it's hardly just this one item she worries about because her home contains a moving truck full of similar treasures, stuffed junk, including dusty stamp collections, furniture from the old country, formal dishes and silverware also from her mom, and lovely oil-painted paintings created by relatives her kids have never met. She says she takes comfort in knowing she's not alone. Another family in Yorkville, the couple can't get any vehicles into their car because it's filled with so much stuff that she assumed her kids would want. Yeah, the garage is filled with so much stuff she assumed her kids would want, and they don't. And she says, too, it's not just the possessions, but it's precious items that were passed down from the mother after her death 9 years ago. At the time they were packing to move, this woman is 62. She asked her kids what they wanted. They turned down pretty much everything, including a Pennsylvania Dutch rocking chair that was handmade by their great-grandfather, and she eventually gave it to a nephew's girlfriend rather than putting it out on the street.
Mm-hmm.
Her kids rejected 3 sets of formal dinner, including Haviland china, vast collections of Yadro figurines, Department 56 Christmas villages, as well as 3,000 Beanie Babies, boxes of soccer awards.
How many Beanie Babies do you find?
Well,
you
that
know
was
what?
a collection thing, but you had to be into it. Me,
I don't
not so much.
find that many in homes now. Where I find them is at the rummage sales that I volunteer at.
Oh.
Yes, I have a sickness. I volunteer at rummage sales. Only one of her treasures was taken, which were her Hallmark Frosty Friends ornaments, because her son knew how much they're worth. So basically, I'm going to say that everybody's going through it. It's very difficult to sell things right now and to give them as hand-me-downs, and we have to think of other things to do with these items. Thank you very much.
Mighty House. Mighty House will return.
Prescription products require an online physician consultation and are only available if the physician determines a prescription is appropriate.
Pull. Power. That was the Power Hour with Elliot Richardson, right?